This game ends up going the distance here simply because... Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the final of the Go For SC2 Sunday Cup. It's between two pretty talented Zerg players, including this one in the top right-hand corner. He's the red Zerg representing Imaginary Gaming, and he's currently 1-0 up in this best of 5. His name is Targa. He's been doing extraordinarily well, and has been performing very consistently well in the last couple of months. But this guy over here, he's been quietly getting on with it, and he's also made his way to the final, and I think he's got something to say before letting his opponent walk away with a 3-0 in a best of 5. Can he bring it back to level pegging? Representing Team Dignitas, of course, it's the extremely talented Tefel. Now, game number 1 was basically Roach Hydra versus Roach Infestor, or it slowly became that way, but Targa was just able to squeeze out his upgrades a lot better than Tefel was. Tefel was on 1-0 upgrades for his Roaches by the time Targa was at 2-1 towards the end of the game. And even with the occasional fungal growth, that wasn't enough to stop the snowball, unfortunately. And Targa started getting aggressive as soon as he knew he had an upgrade advantage, and that was basically it. So just pretty good jobs by both of them there. See spawning pools down for both prior to getting those hatcheries. Not quite to the second, but pretty much identical builds there. I think the hatch is approximately a second and a half later for Tefel, but it's really not going to make a big difference at all. And well, we can only hope for a game as exciting in game number 2 here. Both sides were aggressive at times in game number 1. Targa definitely got the upper hand, and we saw him continue to be aggressive after consolidating his advantages as well. A little bit of overpressing from Tefel prompted the final attack, and well, that's what put the nail in the coffin. But this is a brand new game, it's a brand new map, it's on Overgrowth, and Tefel now has a chance to bring this series back to 1-1. So we'll see if he can do just that. Now, not an awful lot is going on this game at the moment. Of course, it's a ZvZ. In fact, both sides have even gone for a spawning pool first, so I can't even talk to you about spawning pool versus hatch first, although those are more or less the same anyway. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for gas timings. Taking a look at what kind of tech both players choose to go for. If and when we see the Roach Warrens, when the layers are going to be popping down. We're going to be seeing infestation pits, Hydraless dens like we saw in that last game, and there is the Zergling speed coming out from Targa, and he's continuing to put 3 drones into gas, so potentially a quick baneling nest here, followed by some pretty severe early game aggression, would be comfortably within his rulebook. So we'll be keeping an eye out to see if that ends up being the case. In the meantime, on this side for Tefel, we also have Zergling speed coming down, and indeed there is the baneling nest at the natural expansion. So it looks like we're once again going to be seeing some fireworks early game here from Targa. And well, he's got the momentum after winning that game number 1. Can he translate it into something more? Both sides are going to have speed. Tefel is droning up pretty heavily, and Targa at the moment is making Zerglings. So that's worth noting. 14 in total. Speed Bane going to be on their way, and he's actually pulling them at the natural expansion. He's sending his overlords to check where the overlords for Tefel are, so he knows exactly when he can afford to let his opponent know that these lings are here. 10 more lings on the way. This is getting pretty serious, and here we go. And Tefel spots this. Now, speed is done. Here come the lings. The baneling nest is done. There's a spine crawler about halfway complete. There's a second spine crawler as well, because the first one, there is a chance it might not complete here. It's at 3/4 now. 2 queens are coming down. And here we go. There are 2 banelings with this as well. Is he going to be able to defend? Drones already being pulled to try and deal with it. The spine crawler is very close to completion. Here come the first 2 banelings. They explode on the spine crawler of all things. And the spine does need to get taken out, but chosen not to by Targa. He's waiting for the next couple of banelings. 51 versus 50 supply right now. Is he targeting it down? Yes, he is, by the looks of things. No, it's so close. But a couple of drones going down here as well. If we take a look at the workers lost tab, it's 9 works to 0 at the moment, and he is not showing signs of stopping. Defensive banelings being morphed in, but they actually get surrounded, and they are unable to morph, and this could be a huge problem for Tefel. Is he going to go down a quick 2-0 in this best of 5 series? That wouldn't put him out of the series, but my goodness, would that put him in a difficult situation. And the second spine crawler goes down as well. A lot of these workers now are in jeopardy. Excellent hits on that last baneling, and I think Tefel now is starting to struggle. A lot of workers have gone down. Holy, there are the defensive banelings, but is it too little too late at this point as Targa gets inside the main base, morphing in banelings of his own. A couple of explosions manages to take them out there from Tefel, but it's 54 to 30 supply with more workers being attacked inside the mineral line here. I don't think the queen will quite go down, but oh, never mind. Those extra lings are going to make it go down, I think. More banelings being morphed in as well, and the drones are going to have to get pulled up to fight. This is not a good situation for him to be in, and we can see more lings actually working away at this hatch at the natural expansion as well. Just way too many units from Targa coming in here. Finally, the queen goes down, and I think that's going to be that. More drones getting pulled. Targa technically doesn't really have to fight that at this point. It's 27 to 22 workers, but just so much in the way of momentum here. Has to be so careful around those banelings, and I think, to be honest, this could end up being that. Look at how many are coming out here from Targa. Even being careful at this point isn't going to do too much. So many banelings. GG! And Imaginary Gaming's Targa, ladies and gentlemen, goes 2-0 up. Will he be able to take a 3-0 in this best of 5 final? We'll find out in just a moment.